Shall we start? No? Ladies first?
No, say it, because I think it sounds really nice with your accent.
What, Archwell Audio?
Yeah.
Archwell Audio.
I mean...
Really?
Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Today is December 29, 2022. It is 1:25 a.m. New subscribers, welcome. This is the video that I had many issues with. It didn't take me long to make it, but after I uploaded it on YouTube, YouTube was giving me problem to approve it. I could have easily let it be seen the way that I originally put it, but you know, I spent some time on it, so I had to make certain tweak and turn on it because YouTube was not accepting it. Later on, I found out it's the background music that Harry and Meghan had in their video. It's not them who were talking, it's just the background music that was copyrighted. So the version that I ended up putting wasn't too great, but some of you like it. And before this one came out, which is the entire part, I think I made 2 other small videos with it where Archie was saying he got a dirty foot, and what was the other one? There was another part of it that I cut out while I was trying to figure out, pinpoint what was the problem with YouTube, why it was rejecting it. So, but eventually I got a version. It's not perfect, but it's there. All right, so let's go on Twitter. I have some tweets to share with you. All right, let's see here. Oh, people are like, when you look at the real friend, the hard work. Okay, I have some of these, I think, on my list, so we'll get to this later. These are comments that I put on some tweets, and people are liking it. So let's start with this. Ahead of Prince Harry's upcoming memoir at Camilla Tomley and at Tom Swabrick 1 have their say on what the book may contain. Okay, let's see. It's 1 minute and 25 seconds. I didn't listen to it at all. I saw it a few minutes ago.
Yeah, how much has been paid for it?
36 million.
Right. So, I mean, any publisher is going to want a little bit of meat on that.
Oh yeah, there's going to be
change.
meat. But to be fair, it's going to be a compelling read just to have his version of events
of growing up in a
of growing up, of
without
paparazzi, of his mother's death,
yeah.
of walking behind the coffin.
That's what I think it's going to be.
I wouldn't mind reading the inside story from his voice
Totally.
on meeting Meghan.
It doesn't matter what Harry says, okay? It doesn't matter what Harry says, because this is his story, okay? She and many other royal rats have written so many other books saying some stupidity about him, so now he's gonna tell his side of the story. So no one have anything to say about that because that's his perspective.
Shout a little.
And not only that, they're sort of upset because he's making money off of his story. So those hit pieces that they keep on throwing around the world about him for choosing the wife that he wants to live with, those hate pieces they're throwing around, putting some crazy imagery to, who knows, some crazies out there, they need protection, okay? Not only our prayers, but they also need a physical protection so crazies don't come near them. And it's not cheap, so they need to make money as well, the same way you guys are making money off of them.
A bit as to why these two couples fell out so spectacularly. That could be damaging for the Prince and Princess of...
Well, you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. Okay, being the mouthpiece for them and then saying lies about him and his wife, you guys are part of the problem. So the fragility of the institution They don't want anything to be said about them, but yet they keep on poking at him ever since he was born.
Of Wales. I bet there's going to be an attack on the so-called men in grey suits at the palace, and there is going to be an enormous attack on the media, making their life.
Maybe there needs to be. You know, and again, when we saw
Not on the media, Tom.
No, but maybe then not. No, maybe there needs to be. Hang on. Whoa. Hang on. Wait. Maybe there needs to be an attack on the media. No, maybe there needs to be an attack on the institution, or not an attack, but at least a correction to the institution. We don't know what it's like in there.
Thank you. A correction. That's the word. He's right. A correction of what the institution, because every single thing about him, they twisted, they completely 360. And then what happened when the media is attacking him and his wife, meaning Harry and Meghan, the institution stay quiet, because they're not talking about the institution anymore, so the institution is fine. But as long as Harry and Meghan, they red meat to the freaking lions.
Institution,
the royal family. And maybe there needs to be again a hand on the tiller to say, actually, this isn't right, this hasn't worked, because Diana did it.
Or just an idea. Maybe they just need to be quiet.
Well, leave them alone. They've been quiet enough. This is the problem here. They've been quiet enough, but you guys keep going after them. Look at that piece in the Politico part. Once I read a couple things, people tagged me on different topics and stuff like that. Come to find out, the people who own Politico are in association with the institution. So when Charles is saying he has many friends, places, and all of that.
I mean, there is no truth in so much of this speculation. And Mrs. Parker Bowles is a great friend of mine. I have a large number of friends. I'm terribly lucky to have so many friends who I think are wonderful. So many friends who I think are wonderful.
Wait, it's not just some story. You are making me scared.
So many friends who I think are wonderful.
Right? And like that night, to be up and down in the middle of the night, looking down my hallway, like, are we safe? Are the doors locked? Is security on? Is everything?
So many friends who I think are wonderful.
That's real. Are my babies safe?
So many friends who I think are wonderful.
And you've created it for what?
So many friends who I think are wonderful.
Because you're bored, or because it sells your papers?
So many friends who I think are wonderful.
Or it makes you feel better about your own life? It's real what you're doing.
So many friends who I think are wonderful.
And that's the piece I don't think people fully understand.
So many friends who I think are wonderful.
Well, people were, when I say people, I mean friends on my husband's side.
So many friends who I think are wonderful.
Friends on my husband's side were indicating that I was, again, unstable, sick, and should be put in a home of some sort in order to get better. I was almost an embarrassment. I was almost an embarrassment. I was almost an embarrassment. I was almost an embarrassment.
And you've created it for what?
Well, there's no better way to dismantle a personality than to isolate it.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Mrs. Parker Bowles is a great friend of mine. I have a large number of friends. I'm terribly lucky to have so many friends who I think are wonderful and make the whole difference to my life, which would become intolerable otherwise.
Or it makes you feel better about your own life. It's real what you're doing. And that's the piece I don't think people fully understand. You are making people want to kill me. And that's the piece I don't think people fully understand.
So when Charles is saying he has many friends, places, and all of that. And then when you hear Princess Diana is saying the friends of her husband who then mind about her marriage, okay, they're going after her.
Well, from people who minded and cared about our marriage.
So these are the same kind of thing is being repeated. So Harry and Meghan need to stand up for themselves. Whether or not you like it, they need to stand up for themselves, because for the past, I believe, 6 years or so, look at Archie's already 3, okay? For the past 6 years, okay, paying people to lie about them. We have Simon Rex and we have this other writer. You guys were trying for them to write lies about Harry and Meghan.
I was called by the Sun newspaper. If you don't know what the Sun is, it's sort of
got the topless girl on page 3. That's all you need to know.
And they called me about a month ago to ask if I'd write about how Meghan was like Wallace and how Meghan was going to destroy the royal family and the arguments between Meghan and Kate. And I said, I'm really sorry, I'm just not privy to all of this. I don't think I could do it. And the commissioning editor was really twisting my arm to write this article and say, but you could say, couldn't you, that X happened, and you could say that she's fired all her staff, and you could say that Kate has said this. And I said, well, I'm really sorry, I don't know that, I can't do it. And this conversation went on for about half an hour, and I didn't write the article, but it just gives you an insight into how this whole thing is being, you know, the flames are being fanned by the media,
You've heard the phrase cottage industry, this is a palace industry, yeah.
But you want Meghan and Harry, especially Meghan, to stay quiet. Even with the lawsuit, they told her to write the letter, and then they told their people to go intercept the letter to publish it. And then when Meghan went to the institution, thinking the institution had her back to guide her how to approach it, okay, she's like, this is my letter. Why are they publishing it? Okay? Before she went and did what she had to do to protect herself, she went to the institution for guidance. When her father was smearing her name on a national television, on public stage, who was behind it? Who triggered the father? I'm not giving the father any pass, by the way. Okay? He should have known better. But they poke the taxpayers' money is being used to create this kind of vile kind of atmosphere for Harry and Meghan. Okay, once they show some people money, they forget about their ethics and their morals and all of that, because they did not want Harry and Meghan to marry. But the Queen, however, who approved their marriage, knew what she was doing, because she thought that, I'm not speaking for the Queen, okay, knew that would be a good thing for the institution, because Harry and Meghan were not a threat to the monarch, because they were not near close enough to the throne. You have William, you have Charles, you have William kids, all 3, because they already changed the law where it doesn't matter if you're female or male to get to the throne. Okay, so Harry and Meghan were never a threat to the throne. Okay, so once they intercept Meghan's letter, not only Meghan went to them, the backstabbers, okay, to tell them, what can I do to approach my father so the father doesn't speak ill about the institution. Okay. Meanwhile, she was talking to the enemy. They guide her to what to do, and then once she decided to do something about it, because her letter was intercepted, she went to them again, to the enemy, to help guide her. What can I do to make this stop? Because this is wrong. They never get back to her. So she was like, okay, I need to do something about it. And then she won. And not only that, Charles and Anne, they all have had their letters being published. They know how it feels like. But yet when it was Meghan, they didn't want her to do anything. They wanted her to shut up and don't do a damn thing about it. Okay? So these are the enemies that she was dealing with. For 6 years, they want her to shut up, don't do anything. Meanwhile, they're poking at her. How did she put it? Feeding her to the wolves. Okay? So now there's no stopping back. This is why the US had to kick the monarch out of there. They want to do whatever they want, but people cannot stand up for themselves. All right, let's finish listening. It's almost, I'm going to move it back slightly.
Actually, this isn't right. This hasn't worked.
Just
because Diana did it.
Or just an idea. Maybe they just need to be quiet.
Yeah.
Well, we've hoped that
not
for
for
some
36
time,
million.
but with a title like
there are 36 million.
I don't think he's going to be. He's going to be quiet. Let's.
That's right. if you want them to be quiet, once all of their stories is told to the point of now, you guys need to shut up and leave them alone, because the more you keep poking at them, they're gonna keep on talking. That's the way I see it. Now, this is my comment 52 minutes ago. Okay, is that Camilla Tomney? First image. There she is here. Okay, maybe they need to be quiet. Why? Okay, there's you cozying up with them, laughing with a pedophile. Okay, there's that. Andrew Libby, U.S. government for better plea deal. For what? For Epstein. Alright, there's him with Epstein. Okay, Queen Elizabeth II reportedly contribute £2 million. These are the taxpayers' money. Okay, for someone who claimed he didn't know Virginia Giuffre. Okay, there's that. Let's read some of that. The irony: Camilla Tomney, who has been caught out lying as she report on Harry and Meghan's life and things they said, and has even reported on their lawn, is saying they shouldn't talk about their own life while she can. The hypocrisy and entitlement is astounding. Okay, so all these vultures can tell their stories without being told to be quiet. Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentary have exposed you so-called expert on TV hosts. Okay, time to find another job. Yeah, look at all this, books they wrote about them, about Harry and Meghan, but yet Harry and Meghan cannot talk about themselves. There's two comments in there. Okay, don't ever expect honest journalism on This Morning. It's ITV. Philip Schofield knows how the media works. He had to come out as gay because a newspaper was going to print. Okay, they're very afraid. I mean, whatever somebody do in their bedroom is their own thing. But it's when you going out of your way to inflict pain onto someone else, like a pedophile. Okay, like a pedo. This needs to be talked about. This is a grown adult. Whatever relationship he has, hopefully if with another, how will I say that? Another proof. How do you consent? Another consent adult. It's none of our business. Gay, lesbian, bi, whatever, you name it. It's none of our business. And I think what happened is that the institution is the newspapers. Okay, is hacking into people, which will be debated in court. Is to get scoop from people so people could do what they say. Alright, to use it against them. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna read some few more and then I move on. Give it up, you desperate vulture. Did you lot ever thought of giving it up? When you try to tell us their story for the last 5 years, though I sense a bit of desperation, knowing you have lost control of the narrative and you lies and propaganda is now exposed. Let's see, Camilla Tomney. Public opinion defines their reputation. There's the thing. Okay? That was February 17, 2021. Okay? This is what is they're good at over there. Spew their names on every place like the Politico thing. Okay, public opinion define their reputations. Okay, this is the thing that they're trying to do, similar to what they did to Johnny Depp, calling him a wife beater. Okay, and then he lost a lot of money, he lost a lot of deals. Okay, before he had to take action to clear his name in court. And this is why he wanted everything to be televised, because they ruined his reputation. This is what you guys are good at. And the reason that they're trying to do all those bad mouthing on social media on Harry and Meghan, every platform putting her with treasonous person and people who stole money, people who's going to jail, they put her picture next to it, is for her reputation, to destroy her reputation. This is why people are crying foul about it, because her picture should not even be with these groups. Okay, so this is the thing that they want to do. And what is it? Mark Cuban have said it. He doesn't mind to do any kind of deals with Harry and Meghan because he knows they are very marketable.
Harry and Meghan are incredibly marketable. I'd call them the new young Obamas. They're going to make an ungodly amount of money, and you know what? They literally could become billionaires over the next 20 years. If either of them came on Shark Tank, I wouldn't even wait for them to pitch. I'd be like, I'm in, whatever you want, yes, because they are so marketable. It'll be so easy to develop products and projects for them, with them, and around them. It'd be, yes. Can you hook it up?
So this is the thing that they're trying to disrupt, okay? They don't want people to do any business with them. But we know the truth. We know the truth. So Their nonsense is not working. All right, let me finish with this. Okay, public opinion defines their reputations. Public opinion is in part shaped by the press and social media and commentary, etc. That's what a reputation is. It is defined as, quote, the beliefs or opinion that are generally held about someone or something. All right, so all the things that the UK media is doing is to destroy people's reputation, to make you think other than of Harry and Meghan. All those people who then like Harry and Meghan, specifically Meghan, is because these people were trying to ruin her reputation. I hope Harry and Meghan have a screenshot of this, because this is, if push comes to shove and they don't want to leave them alone, they need to do that, because there they are trying to ruin her reputation. All right, let's read what's on the screen. Abusers always want their victims to be quiet. We can hate you, lie on you, and push your wife to the brink of suicide, but you must be silent. This behavior from ITV is particularly dangerous, as they are banging on about Get Britain talking, yet want to silence Prince Harry. Okay, it's that response of Camilla. They could just be quiet. There's this. Why should they? She could also be quiet. She could perhaps not go on TV, print, radio, etc., and make money from commenting on them. There's an idea. Okay, at Tom Swabrick, I agree. There is need for the monarchy to correct some things. Camilla Tamney, who don't you just be quiet? Stop writing about them, stop talking, stop everything, and be quiet. But I guess you wouldn't pass an opportunity to tell a lie. Okay, here's an idea. Wait till it release, read it, and then all have your say. I, for one, will read it, as I don't want to hear opinion on just cherry-picked bits. Okay, quote, they could just be quiet. Wish you can practice what you preach, Camilla Tamney. Easily one of those most insufferable people to have a discussion with, filling the air with your two-piece commentary and giving no edgeway to anyone else to discussion their point of view. Be quiet, Camilla Tamney. Stop writing about them and going on TV to talk about them. Then the Sussexes won't need to keep speaking to correct palace, press, and commentators' lies. That's exactly what I was saying. Okay, from this point on, if they stop talking about Harry and Meghan will not have anything to correct. They will just focus on their work. But you're trying to ruin their reputation. That's the thing. They're trying to ruin their reputation. Okay, no need for quietness when you are constantly talking about them. Leave them alone and focus on your heirs. That's exactly that. Alright, Scove Camilla Tamney is an angry white woman when it comes to Meghan. She should just let it go. Alright, let's see here. Really don't understand what This Morning continues to have this woman on. Totally biased and nasty with her statement, and snide little comments. Always a sign to turn off. Maybe there needs to be an attack on the media. Freudian slip or not, I hope he berates the press. Alright, the racist British media weaponized Meghan's race from 2016 and then slate her for doing the exact same things white royals have done, like eat avocados. Censor is deserved. Okay, let me move on. I spent too much time on the first one. Next tweet. Looks like I might have two videos because I'm just the beginning. These publications and journalists will write some racist shit about black folks, but when we push back, they also love to gaslight us. It won't work. Joanne Weiss should have kept Duchess Meghan's name out of her mouth. Now everyone knows she's racist. Okay, there's that. Yes, amen, agree. I don't think she cares, because she is under that bubble with the British royal family. They don't live in reality. Okay, as it Politico. And one thing I have to say, I did create put some screenshot on my community board, the amount of pushback that was going on social media regarding that the piece that put Meghan with the narcissist. Okay, Daily Mail reported on this. Racists supported. It just seems to add fuel to the fire, catch-22, and definitely an ongoing problem. Okay, the hate she is stirring up will come back tenfold to her. Karma will not be denied. Alright, so let's move on. Yeah, because if you don't know when to stop spewing hate, when is it gonna stop? At some point, it's gonna come back to you. Alright, next tweet. This hate is not like any other. That's not normal. And to this day, I still don't know why Meghan is hated. Okay, Meghan is hated because she entered into a space exclusively reserved for white people and sold to the world as epitome of class, wealth, power, status, etc. But her experience didn't live up to the advert, so she left with their son, and they told the world how abusive and fake it is. And the thing is that they're trying to create that exclusivity. I think if people just leave them alone, just like Harry and Meghan left, specifically Meghan left and leave them alone, nobody work for them, nobody do anything for them, so let them be and see how they could manage themselves. Because from what I've heard, he can even squeeze a toothpaste for himself. And then when they come to our space, we push them out because they didn't want us to be living our life the way we want to. That's the way I see it. Okay, she is hated because she entered a space reserved only for white people. I think there was something that I read in there. Okay, bullseye. And Harry, her husband, held the door open for her. That was that. Bullseye. There's that. As crazy as it sounds. Okay, there's that. Yeah, her husband held the door open for her and said, come in. In that video where I was talking about the media, there's a clip that I have where they didn't want this to be, the mixture of blood to be part of their crazy thinking.
The anti-abolitionist Edward Long wrote,
"The lower class women in England are remarkably fond of the blacks. In the course of a few generations more, the English blood will become so contaminated with this mixture as even to reach the middle and then the higher orders of the people. This is a venomous and dangerous ulcer that threatens to disperse its malignancy far and wide until every family catches infection from it."
But the media is
this is like antichrist kind of behavior and mentality. Alright, she is here. Okay, I just read that. They have created a distorted version of a person to justify their misdirected emotion.
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.
Also, remember, a lot of these people are lonely and think conspiracy theories about strangers are the only way to make friends. Alright, Meghan is a mixed race. She actually worked in the royal family, not interested in the pseudo job, has a voice and very empowered to use it. Harry actually loves her, and Meghan will not be silenced. Okay, it's actually very simple. White supremacy. People are viewing strangers through their self-loathing. They can't deal with themselves. Okay, I also wonder if some of the hate comes from fear that she will outshine them, thereby making them look bad, which will result in less popularity for the royal family and the monarchy. This is part of the problem too, because the facade that they had, okay, where they're pretending they're there for charities, they're bringing money to the country and all of that. But once Meghan come in, the few seconds she was there, the amount of work she did and to produce, and people could see, feel, taste, and all of that, and smell, all of your senses. All right, Meghan have created that over there, and they were like, whoa, no, we just want to keep pretending. But there she is. She just opened the curtain and let people see what's going on. And the thing that I realized as well is that whoever's holding the money, they try to deprive the rest of the family, the royal family, okay, from part of the share of the thing, so they could be in need of the institution. And now Meghan, who's been from the outside, have made a name for herself, okay, and Harry, who's a hard worker, and they thought by withhold all these stuff from them, which Tyler Perry have highlighted as well, they thought that they were gonna call back. Well, they wanted Harry to come back. If both of them were to come back, they will reject it. But there they are, they're thriving, they're doing pretty well for themselves, and they don't need the institution. And this is why they keep going at it, doing the hate piece all around the world. Alright, they want to hold on to their glorified popularity and all the perks that come with the wealth. That's exactly that. Alright, black and married to best friends. Okay, I cannot figure it out. Been trying, she left, still harassing her. Go figure. And at this point, we need to call it exactly what it is. This is terrorism. Okay, they are terrorizing her. She literally telling them, you're making her scared. You sending people in front of their door. They left the place once they know you sent people at their front door. Okay, but yet you smearing her name all around the world. So what is this? We need to call it what it is. And my point of view, I have one video where I pretty much look the word terrorize mean. Okay, each part of the definition, I showed you what they have done. So this is fully terrorizing, terrorist threat these people are doing. We need to call it out for what it is. Okay, you and me both. I just finished the doco and I still try to find the reason. My daughter thinks she's beautiful and I agree. So happy for both her and Harry and for sharing their love story. Alright, misogyny, racism, and positive over light. People who are ruled by darkness cannot stand someone who radiates the light Meghan has. Okay, they consider a threat to white supremacy. And the thing is that one of the things I want to pray for is for Meghan's well-being. As much all of us from the outside see it differently, but when it's not you who's going through it, we need to pray for her mental well-being, to keep eyes on the prize, you know, for Harry and Meghan to still have the love for each other, focus on their kids, their family, their friends, whoever's around them who support them, to keep that positivity, because these people are freaking evil. All right, next tweet. Truth, quote, racists are frothing at the mouth at the idea of a black princess, and it shows. If you want to see some real narcissism, look no further than white people like Joanna Weiss. Okay, let's see here. Political articles on narcissist is a thinly veiled hate jab on Meghan Markle. Okay, the Mary Sue. All right, let's see here. Joanne Weiss and Jeremy Clarkson articles are distraction from Netflix Harry and Meghan docuseries nuggets of truth-telling and the vile treatment Prince Harry and Princess Meghan were subjected to by the leftovers, aka on royals and their attack dogs, the voodoo vats, and the clown British media. All right, so what is that? Let me go into that. Okay, so there is an article, but I'm not gonna read it. Okay, it's the first comment I have seen that makes the point that even if Meghan Markle is a narcissist for the Harry and Meghan doc, it must be equal with her husband, with the autobiography coming out, since it's about them both. So why does only Meghan make the list? Alright, profit from hate is what they deal in. Alright, let's see here. Benjamin Ryan. I'm not at liberty to say how, but I have seen the inner working of the Meghan Markle media hate machine, and disparaging her and the press is a business, pure and simple. It will not stop because it makes people too much money. And you know what? The same way they make the money, because they will not enjoy it. So much to say. Baggage for God. Alright, good article. Thanks for sharing. It's blatant and obvious, 100%. She is a wannabe journalist who was abused. Poor pumpkin. Okay, who's that? Who's the journalist? Who's that? Government books, family news, business confused as the role of the Free Press supporter and of the D&D of Sussex. Okay, I don't know who she is. Next tweet. Alright, I have here March 2021 at Bernardine Avery. Alright, let's see here. Meghan says she was supposed to be silent. Is the media shaping public opinion and turning them against Meghan? And I think that's so egregious. Okay, the number of article character assassinating her is truly shocking. So that's the thing here. They want to what was it, defame her, what I just said when I was looking at the video for what's that thing, for Camilla Tomney on ITV. All right, where they really shaping the opinion of, so they could defame her. Okay, Bernardine Evaristo. Okay, Evaristo, quote, it isn't just about Meghan's race, but also that she's a strong feminist woman. The author talked about diversifying the woman's prize, How Black Lives Matter Changed Publishing and the Character Assassination of Meghan Markle. Bernardine, okay, by Anita Sedi. All right, we speak the morning after the televised interview with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and what feels like a historic week for revelations about systemic racism. Quote, Meghan said that she was supposed to be silent, and the thing about the Women's Prize is that it is about expressing our voices, and so it is the antithesis of being silent. It's giving a voice to our creativity and ideas and memories and histories. It's women at our most powerful. Another thing that I'm thinking about why they want her to silence is that with her archetype, okay, her podcast, where, you know, she bring a word that they use on women, and then she defined it and break it apart and find out why is it being used. So they don't want her to be that, to enlighten people. Oh my God, these people are freaking darkness. They are evil. Okay, she thought the interview was, quote, really fascinating, end quote. She says, quote, Oprah was brilliant too. It's the media shaping public opinion and turning them against Meghan, and I think that's so egregious. The barrage of articles character assassinating her is truly shocking. They have constructed a myth around her which is totally pernicious and distorting, and I think it's deeply troubling that they can do that and get away with it. That's the thing. Yeah, character assassination of her. And then by doing that, they don't want people to associate with her, give her a job, give her a platform to make money, to take care of her family and all of that. So all this is one whole package. I don't know. Something needs to be done. My God. God help us. Next tweet. Alright, Meghan Markle's first project as a working royal, the Together cookbook, is now temporarily out of stock after selling out this month. Wow, they did? December 20th, 2022. Wow. It was, wow. Well, I'm glad they're making money off of it again, because so the Grenfell kitchen could stay open. Alright, Meghan shares a picture of her signing copies in her Netflix docu-series. Okay, how come I missed that? I didn't see it. Harry and Meghan. Alright, so this is, yeah, hard work right there. Taking time to sign all of these. Let's see here. Okay, Together Our Comedy Cookbook by Hub Comedy Kitchen, $15.29 shipping, temporarily out of stock. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So they're gonna have to make more prints. Okay, you can still order a copy and get on a waiting list. Okay, so that's better. Okay. Okay, 3 months after her wedding, Meghan released her first project as working royal, a cookbook with a woman of Grenfell Community Kitchen, which kicked J.K. Rowling off the best-selling list, raised £500,000 to help the kitchen open 7 days a week from 3. Alright, I get flagged for this video a lot. Okay, there's me here responding. The hard work behind the scene, sitting to sign all this book, that's passion and dedication. Love her. Okay, I wonder how much more than the original £500 Meghan has raised for London food-based charities with this cookbook sales alone. All it took was thought, effort, and a desire to actually help people, something the rest of the world seem incapable of. Thank you. That's exactly that. Alright, this cookbook changed life forever. I'm glad I bought some copies back then, and we'll do it again if there's a follow-up. Okay, I said we continue to support their causes, products, and organizations that Harry and Meghan have championed. They are an amazing couple doing wonderful things for so many all over this world. Alright, let's do this and then move on. Okay, is this money still going to the Royal Foundation, a Kensington Clan Foundation, or is it going to direct to Hub? Curious, does anyone know? That I would like to know too. That didn't stop me from buying the Sussex bundle for friends, however. But spare the bench and the cookbook. Let's see here. Let's see if so. Nope, proceed or going to the Felix project, I believe. Okay, thanks. Okay. All right. I know when they were leaving, there was some issues with money that they raised for the World Foundation, and they didn't want to let that go, and I think they split that. Something like that. I don't know if that has to do with the cookbook as well. Okay. Is this bundle through Amazon? Yes. I was surprised when I saw that. I wanted to support Meghan's charity, not those other lazy ones, patronages. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to buy all 3. All right, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. Oh my God, 35 minutes. I think I'm gonna have two videos today. There's that. Meghan Markle reached out to the women who survived the Grenfell Fire. She cooked with them and headed the cookbook idea to raise money for them. She is the antithesis of narcissistic. At Politico, is motivated by misogyny to gain clicks and engagement. There is a powerful force trying to destroy this woman. Look, the footprint lead back to the palace. Let's see here. There's the part. I read this in another video, but for the sake of that one, let's read it. The couple, who will celebrate their 10th anniversary next month, put on their best dress for a dinner hosted by Bobby Alberton, the head of the Prince's Charity in the US, and the widow of Joe Alberton, who owned news station and the website Politico. The Albertons were so close to the British royals that they were 2 of a few Americans invited to the royal wedding between Charles' son, Prince William, and Kate Middleton in 2011. Alright, so the connection with Politico. Since the docuseries, the cookbook has sold out again. Wow. I didn't know it was for, since the docuseries. I thought it was during the holiday. Wow, she does everything for publicity. She has a platform. Okay, she has a platform to share, to highlight those charities. Yeah. Let's see here what some people say. Okay. If you don't know the whole story, shut up. There's that. Okay, then how come you don't know about all of this? There's that. Yeah, the charities that she's done. What is it? The Valdi thing. A whole bunch of things. Which is why nobody even knew she was involved until they released the cookbook. She did load a visit with them privately before the release. Okay, what did you do for the fire victim? Okay, just what I thought, nothing. Even the devil is jealous of God. That's a very good point. Meghan was already getting a lot of publicity. She didn't have to dirty her hands to get it or share it with the Grenfell victim. She helped a group of people in need that nobody else in the royal family did. She also worked alongside them, not just turned up for photo ops. Bingo. Alright, so that's that. Harry and Meghan have said it. So they want... The media wants to follow them. They're like, okay, you could follow me, but this is what I want you to highlight. They've said it. But it's when you go into their private life trying to interrupt their little moment. This is where there's a boundary. Harry have said it. There is a boundary. There's a line.
Chance my arm with a cheeky question. A bit like your mother, you are pursued every minute of every day by lots of people trying to take photographs, videoing, recording what you're saying, pushing. How can you possibly have a private life?
Cheeky question. You're right, that is a cheeky question. But Andrew, to be honest with you, sadly, that line between public and private life is almost non-existent anymore, and we will continue to do our best to ensure that there is the line. You know, we are completely aware that we're in a very privileged position, and I will spend the rest of my life, you know, earning that privilege and trying to bring a spotlight onto things and causes that really matter to me, and I hopefully matter to a lot of other people as well. Everyone has a right to their privacy, and you know, a lot of the members of the public get it, but sadly in some areas there is this sort of incessant need to find out every little bit of detail about what goes on behind the scenes. It's unnecessary. You know, I hope that people get to see me here in this INVICTUS role, you know, cracking on with the guys and mucking in and having a good time with them. And this is half my official role, but half my private role. This is what I enjoy doing, but the private life has to be private, and I hope people respect that.
When it comes to their privacy, there's a line here. They want to share what they want to share at their own term, not you invading in their privacy and then to spew negativity about whatever you think you've seen when it's not true. So they want to tell their stories at their own term when they want to.
When it comes to privacy,
it's not them who have said they want privacy. It's something that the tabloids have said about them that's latched on. They have taken steps when there have been blatant violations, unlawful violations of privacy, of course, then they've challenged it because that's in line with their values. But that doesn't mean just because you assert your human rights that you then become some kind of Trappist monk and take a vow of silence and you're not allowed to discuss anything. That's not how privacy works. Privacy is about the right to own and control what personal information you choose to share with somebody.
Shouldn't you have an expectation that you're going to have to lose privacy?
Well, it's two things here.
That's part of the deal.
Two things here. I think everyone has a basic right to privacy. Basic, right? It's operating mechanism that they're confusing people to think. I think life is about being able to share our stories and share parts of our lives that you're comfortable with. So it's about boundaries and it's about respect. They've created a false narrative. I mean, I've never talked about privacy.
And what they want to. All right, she talked about it in the Oprah interview as well. Okay, the fact that she include Greta autism, man, F Julia. All right, so I saw that. I don't have Greta's tweet, but I saw it. And when I come across this and I said, let me share this part with you. All right, so there's this guy. I don't know who he is, but wrote something to Greta, that young lady who was with the environmental thing. And she responded and said something like she doesn't give a, oh, maybe it's that. Okay, there's Greta here. Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. All right, so this is what Greta had retweeted back to the guy who tagged her. I think the guy was showing his cars, material stuff. Let's just say material stuff. And then Greta responded back to him like that. This tweet here. Now, this woman is retweeting Greta's thing. And now Henry VIII is retweeting everything. All right, so this is how this come about. The only part I don't have is the guy who tweeted Greta, and then for Greta to respond back to him. I don't have his tweet. The fact that she included Greta's autism, man, F Julia. I didn't even know she was autistic. I didn't know that. All right, there she is. She's retweeting Greta's thing. Okay, I choose Andrew Tate's life every single time over the life of a half-educated, autistic, doom-mongering eco-cultist, and the only car I own is a diesel Tiguan. Ah, my God, my God. My God, I think I responded to that as well. All right, let's see here. Will you shut up, man? Why does me here responded? Okay, OMG, this rotten adult, what in the hell? We are trying to make everyone, autistic children, adults included, be part of our society. To have these evil, mean-spirited adults spewing vile words like this, it's unbelievable. Does she have children? Hope her kids don't have autism. All right, Julia, he's a horrible person. I hate she has my grandmother's name. Good Lord, imagine embarrassing yourself like this to defend Andrew Tate. Okay, I don't know who Andrew Tate is, but I did see his video where he's showing just material stuff. Like I said, he's putting gas into his car. I think it's a Lamborghini or something. I think it was orange Lamborghini, and showing some material stuff. And then this is how Greta had responded back to him. Okay, has she achieved anything in her adult life that Greta has achieved in her teenage years? That's a very good point. Isn't she Lawrence Fax's wife? Who is that? Really? Oh, no, I'm thinking of different Lawrence. Okay, she takes the crown for one of the most hateful Karens on Twitter. I reported it for harassment against someone with disability. Okay, that part, and the fact she defended an incel who was previously banned from Twitter because of his disgusting comment on sexual harassment, assault, and saying, quote, women should bear some of the responsibility for being what? But of course, must let him back in. They're all a baggage for God. Oh my God, the evil, the evil. All right, let me read what's on the screen and then that's it. Thanks for bringing her to my attention. Now I gotta follow her real quick. See ya. All right, deplorable. These women are wicked. Disability, hate crime. typical racist, elitist British behavior. And of course, she's a TERF, which I learned when I went to report that tweet. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. And I think the next tweet has to do with Greta as well. Okay, there's this. Okay, what kind of a person says something like this? My God. Alright, so there's the same thing again. They retweeted it again. The kind of person Andrew Tate will tell to her face she's a 3 and only because she's taking his side. Okay, so this guy must be a douche. Okay, like I say, I don't know him, but anyway, she is heartless. Her comment says a lot about her lack of humanity and priorities. That's exactly that. Okay, only a very ungracious and vicious person, Julia Hartley-Brewer, with an undisciplined and cruel mind, would think to write such filth. It is as though it was meant for her burn account. Another example of toxic British media. Okay, Julia, there's that. Strike again. A royalist, William and Kate supporter, a miserable middle-aged white woman. Alright, good for you for getting a screenshot for a receipt because she since deleted that tweet. Oh, now that people hit back, okay. There's her again, isn't apologizing for ridiculing people with autism, but she's blamed Greta for stating on her bio that she has autism. Yeah, I had to read it. When I saw that, I went and checked her Greta's bio, and she did put that. At least she's not ashamed of it, but yet she's a very smart woman. Young lady, Greta. Okay, Julia Hartley-Brewer, Julia. Okay, repeating. Born 2 May 1968, is a British radio presenter, political journalist, and newspaper columnist. Okay, let's move on. But for an adult, my point is, an adult who's putting this thing out there on social media when society is trying to be inclusive. Well, when you think about Britain, is a different story. Most people, decent human being, what we're trying to do is inclusivity. People with all sort of disability, we're trying to help them to be part of society, all sort of things. But there's these people who's trying to exclude them, making them afraid to come, to be themselves in a way where is respectable, manageable. Okay, have next week. Have ever read articles about lavish lives of Kate Middleton or Prince William friends? No. Double standard. Royal family racism. Alright, so let's read this. This is about one of those ladies who's Meghan's friend. The very wealthy skincare CEO inside Meghan and Harry's innermost circle, inside the lavish life of Thatcher founder Vicky Say, who boasted $30 million, mentioned near Sussex's, and sold her business for $500 million as she cries over couple's wedding and Netflix doc. All right, let's see here. They targeted Vicky Say as Asiatic woman. They do with black women. Asiatic women, they don't do it with English roses, friends of Karen Middleton. Maybe they don't have any friends. Yeah, this is possible. I guess they don't get that Americans work hard and reap the benefit of their successes. There's no shame in what we have when we earned it ourselves. That's exactly that. Okay, wait. Vicky from the docu-series is the founder of Thatcher. I love that stuff. Okay, to be fair, Will and Kate don't seek to have any friends. People who's around them is because of their position, what they can do for them. All right, watch if things turn around and they kick them out, you see how much of a friend they will have. I've said this before. When they are running, they don't know where to go, you'll see who's your friend. The jealousy is astounding. It's not Harry and Meghan's fault. They have real, authentic friends that just happen to be rich. Head and bones need to understand that many only tolerate them. Are they going to profile this dusty castle? They themselves are coming to the US to beg for money. Alright, the British media looking for trash, diverse, international friends of Harry and Meghan. I suppose that's a novel way of how to make friends and influence people on behalf of the unroyal family. There's the will as the world continue to see. Okay, Wills has and Kate have no friend. Well, the royal friends so far have turned out to be creeps and pedos, so can rather understand why the press keep mum about it. Nothing wrong with our friends having rich friends. Okay, let's see here. What friend will they be? Do they have any true friends? That's the thing. When was being successful a crime? That's why they're upset that they didn't think Meghan had a life before joining the royal family, before marrying Harry. That's the thing they couldn't accept. They wanted her to be isolated, be all miserable, begging for money so they could laugh at her. Now they can't, so they're doing all these crazy things. Those hippies. you know, baggage for God. Meghan Markle reached out to the women who survived the Grenfell Fire. She cooked with them and headed the cookbook idea to raise money for them. She is the antithesis of narcissistic at Politico, is motivated by misogyny to gain clicks and engagement. I feel like I read this already. Wow, this tweet, okay, yeah, I did. Next one, I did read it. Okay, Meghan Markle. Why am I going back? Did I do that twice? Okay, let's see here. Meghan Markle first project as working royal, the Together cookbook, is now temporarily out of stock after selling out this month. Yeah, I read that already. Yeah. What in the name? All right, next tweet. All right, so there's me here. All right, beautiful Delphina, perfect sister-in-law for Meghan. Yeah. There's me responded. When you look at the real friend and the background of each of their wedding pics, you see how happy they are for Harry and Meghan. Yep. There's another one with what's her name? I'll put her picture. I really love her reaction. It's like you could see the joy she had for Harry and Meghan. And Delphina knew from the beginning. Okay, when Harry told her husband that, because I think he said they had dinner, and Harry was so excited to tell him that he met the girl that he would be marrying. Look at them. Okay, they knew from the beginning. They knew from the beginning. Look at them, the way they close their eyes. You see, it's pure love in there. Harry didn't think this was gonna happen. Knowing what we know now, Delphina knew all the pain and suffering that they were facing. All right, let's read some of this. I read my comment already. There's me. This photo of Meghan and Harry is very warm and loving. Okay, there is so much true love and contentment on Prince Harry and Meghan's face, and it's said that the royal family was just so bitter and jealous that they chose to try and destroy them simply because they weren't strong enough to choose happiness themselves. Okay, a real sister-in-law, not a copycat and tiara. Good families stay together. There's the love. Okay, what does that mean? Sometimes blood family is not really will make you happy. People need to live a happy life. You only have one life to live. Look at the Queen's sister. Die miserable because they didn't let her marry the person she loved. Okay, Harry and Meghan, Netflix. Love always wins. There's the heart. Says it all, doesn't it? What a natural born black beauty. Okay, thank God Harry and Meghan have her and natural in their lives. Real ones, 100%. Next tweet. Yeah, because I think they were the first one who knew about Meghan because Harry was so excited to tell somebody. Can you imagine if Harry had told William? William will go out of his way to destroy it. And duh, once they knew, look what they did. William will go out of his way to destroy it. And duh, once they knew, look what they did.
I was called by the Sun newspaper. If you don't know what the Sun is, it's sort of
got the topless girl on page 3. That's all you need to know.
And they called me about a month ago to ask if I'd write about how Meghan was like Wallace and how Meghan was going to destroy the royal family and the arguments between Meghan and Kate. And I said, I'm really sorry, I'm just not privy to all of this. I don't think I could do it. And the commissioning editor was really twisting my arm to write this article and say, but you could say, couldn't you, that X happened, and you could say that she's fired all her staff, and you could say that Kate has said this. And I said, well, I'm really sorry, I don't know that, I can't do it. And this conversation went on for about half an hour, and I didn't write the article, but it just gives you an insight into how this whole thing is being, you know, the flames are being fanned by the media. You've heard.
Look what they did. This is why Harry had already made sure to know her. I mean, Harry knows his blood family very well. That's why he didn't confront them before. He told his true friend, his true family, Nacho and his wife, about Meghan. And to let them get to know each other in a personal level. Look, as soon as they knew about their love, okay, they were dating, look what they did. They bring Simon Rex. They did all of this to try character assassinate her.
I know we can rely on you for being a great guy. So what an incredible friend you were to Meghan Markle is. Have you guys hung out at all since then?
No, we haven't spoken. She just wrote me a very nice thank you letter, and I framed it, and that was very nice of her to do. She just appreciated that I was honest, but it's so funny that we live in a time where everyone's like, it's such a big deal. I just did the right thing. Right. You know, it's okay to feel like that should be the norm and the status quo, but it's like, whoa, it's so crazy. He told the truth. I think we should all be a little more honest.
Well, thank you for doing the right thing.
Okay, on the media, how bad she was and all of this. Okay, bring her father, sister, and all of half sister and all of this. Okay, next tweet. Netflix, Harry and Meghan is turning Australians into anti-royal Republicans. That's good. Let's see here. That's why they are going ballistic with their pieces everywhere. The royal family, King effing Charles and William, knows they are failing at their crazy sick game on Harry and Meghan's. Okay, Harry and Meghan left the UK so that the rest of the royal family can have all the publicity they want, yet William and Charles are following Harry and Meghan to terrorize them. William and Charles are two sick people. Okay, they are also turning on Rupert Murdoch. Oh, that's good. Let's see here. Okay, let's be clear. Australians despise Rupert Murdoch with a passion. He is never welcome here, ever by his own staff. He is a non-meddler in our politics and lives, and we don't like it. The man is a pair. Wow. There's something I know about, but I do not want to say it. I don't want to be the first one. I mean, I'm sure other people have said it. It's probably already written other places, but I haven't come across it for me to share. Okay? This is a war that's going on. Many of us don't think so. But it's a war that's going on. This was in the making with the media, you know, brainwash people and all of that. The same thing that's going on in Ukraine, this is the physical war. But this one is that mental war where we hate each other. And some of them are profiting from it, obviously. And then the royal family is playing both sides, okay? In the front, they tell you why they're in existence, but in the back they're doing their thing. Is that okay? More comments here. The sad part is that the firm couldn't stop all of this. If the media wanted continuous access to the family, then they need to lay off. Their action makes no sense. They're part of the problem. All right, I love this song. Let's see, whatever's there, that's it. A few people at my job who were known Meghan haters have had a change of heart. One lady was upset because she realized that the tabloid posts a bunch of BS to manipulate people, and she felt she was manipulated. The docuseries did what it was supposed to do. Okay, the British royal family must be abolished. They are evil. Okay, as far as I understand, a lot of Aussies want no part of the royal family. At the moment, they have more important issues to deal with, holding referendum in 2023 to giving institutional voice to the indigenous population. Let's hope they vote the right way. Okay, so nothing to do with the fact that, what is it, PM? Is it Piers Morgan is a big pro-Republican supporter. What's PM? Prime Minister or Piers Morgan? I don't know what PM stand for here. Just want to blame Harry and Meghan for everything. Send the kings to change their mind then. No, that's not the reason. Although it may play a very small part to a few people, it's because we are a progressive nation and we don't see how our archaic institution is relevant. Also, the history of colonization, UK nuclear testing, etc. play a part too. Okay, so the more to give a reason to get them out of the way, that's good. Alright, give it a break with the attack on Harry and Meghan. If all it takes to destroy the monarchy is Harry speaking his truth, then rather than the constant attack on Harry, you all should be more concerned about how fragile the monarchy is. Alright, so let's go to, oh, this is my last one. Okay, that's good. I don't have to create another video. There's another one here. Let the blind see one at a time. That's all. Thanks for sharing and allow your mom to see the other side of the story. Alright, so someone tweeted, that was on I think TikTok. Alright, this is what the Clarkson and Weiss article are trying to derail and distract from. People learning the truth. Harry and Meghan on Netflix. Harry and Meghan. Alright, it's 21 seconds.
What was that, Mum? What did you just say? I am beginning to see their side of it. Whose side? Harry and Meghan's.
So there was no other option at this point.
Okay. I've got that on camera.
Breaking news, this one out of London.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are officially moving on.
Okay, so Royalist,
let
me mute it. Okay, Royalist mom doesn't have Netflix, so we have binged the Harry and Meghan series over Christmas. She is not a Meghan fan, and I'm always sticking up for her. All right, let's see.
I am beginning to see their side of it. Whose side? Harry and Meghan's.
Okay, she was very quiet throughout and said she's going to have to break the news to her mate. What is that? Damn, I can Marjorie, that she's changed her mind about Harry and Meghan. Alright, so people who watch the docu-series got the other side of the story, so now their mind is changing. And this is why I said, let the blind see one at a time. That's all. Thanks for sharing, and allow your mom to see the other side of the story. Let's see some of the comments in here. Okay, the documentary is having a real impact. The genie can't be put back in the bottle no matter how hard they try. Okay, there's the thumbs up. Alright, so that's it. Let's do a prayer. Let's do let the blind see. Okay, let's do this. There wasn't no space in between. Alright, this is for Stop Foot Soldiers. Alright, Lord in heaven, I thank you in advance for working with our troops. Father, we ask that you will strengthen them with the knowledge that you are with them. Lord, uphold them with your right hand. Lord, remind them that you did not give them a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. Lord, help them to know that you are their shepherd, and with you there is nothing they lack. I praise you in advance for your hand and the lives of our troops. In Jesus' name, amen. As I was reading this, one of the things that I was thinking is that those foot soldiers, for them to know right and wrong, when people are giving them money to do the unethical thing, to spew negativity into society, for them to know this is wrong, they should not be doing this. Alright, so sometimes when I say foot soldiers, these are the people who's doing the negativity for the people who's in power, who's just sitting back and let, to create chaos, to be comfortable, all right, to do nothing, but yet they creating chaos. All right, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you, and I truly appreciate it. That's it.
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.